One bright sunny morning, Sue and Ann and their brother Freddie were playing down by the creek. They were looking at the fish and the buds and the birds when the beautiful butterfly fluttered into view. "Hi," she said. "I'm Flossy Flutterby." Flossie flew towards Freddie and hovered lightly in the air above him. "Freddie," she said, "do you remember when Jamie and Tommy wanted to chop up that big caterpillar you found in the woods, and you said no? Remember how you took it to school for show and tell, then turned it loose into the woods during recess?" "Mm-hmm," nodded Freddie. "Well, I was that caterpillar," exclaimed Flossie. "I turned into a butterfly, Freddie. You saved my life." Freddie grinned. His blue-green eyes grew round like crystal marbles.
Flossie turned to Sue and Nan and asked, "Would you all like to go on a trip with me? Run, ask your mother. Tell her we'll be home before supper." Sue ran to the house to ask and returned with her mother's permission. The children suddenly found themselves lifted into the air on a puffy, fluffy white cloud, while Flossie directed the way. "We're going to Better Place," she announced. "It's called that because it's truly a better place. Everyone there is treated equally, and love and kindness rules the hearts of everyone who lives there."
When the cloud landed, Sue and Nan and Freddie were astonished to see giant broccoli trees, lima beans, rocks, and cauliflower bushes. They were even more astonished at the people who greeted them. They appeared to be walking, talking, fruits and vegetables. "The fruit and vegetable people aren't really plants," explained Flossie. "They're people who have given their lives to growing fruit and vegetables and sending them to hungry children around the world. Each one represents the plant he or she has worked so hard for, but they have real hearts and minds and feelings, just like other people. It's magic." Flossie swooped and spun happily. "When your heart is filled with love, anything is possible. That's why I can talk."
Nan and Sue made friends with Catty Carrot and Les Lettuce immediately, but Freddie sulked. "I hate to eat vegetables." He whined when Nan invited him to join their basketball game, "so I'm sure not playing with any vegetable people." He sat on the ground and ate the candy from his pocket instead.
After playing basketball, Sue, Nan, Catty Carrot, and Flossy Lettuce planned a picnic. They went inside Better Place building to shop for the things they would need, but Freddie stayed outside to watch a couple of vegetable people paint a mural on the building side. He noticed that Flossie was included in the picture and asked why. The vegetable people explained that Flossie appears to children around the world that brings them love. "So we put her in every picture we paint," they added with pride. Freddie remembered how the glitter on Flossie's wings sparkled in the light. He believed what they said about Flossie. "Flossie is like a diamond in the sun," he thought. On a grassy hill next to Milky Way Lane, Sue, Nan, Catty Carrot, and Flossy Lettuce spread out a beautiful blue blanket and unloaded a basket full of food. It was all over the best places in Beta Place: Veg Avenue, Fruity Loop, Milky Way Lane, Meat Street, Grain Lane, and Treat Street. While the girls sat and about enjoying their feast, Freddie wandered away. He wasn't hungry at all. He had been munching candy all morning.
At the bottom of the hill, Freddie found a boy wearing a t-shirt with JJ printed on it. "It stands for Junk Food Junkie," the boy explained. "Come on with me," he urged Freddie, "and let me show you Junk Food Junction, where I live. It's a place where we don't do homework. We don't do chores. We don't brush our teeth. We stay up late, and we never eat vegetables." That sounded like a fantastic place to Freddie, so he and the JJ hopped aboard the Junk Food Junction Express. He didn't even tell his sisters.
But Freddie hadn't been in Junk junk food junction very long before he discovered that it wasn't such a wonderful place after all. The junk food junkie circled around to tease and frighten him. The children were mean and they solved problems by fighting. They taunted other children who were different and called them names. They laughed when anyone fell down. It was also a dirty place with litter everywhere and bugs in the food, and a stale smell in the air that stuck in your nose.
Miserable and lonely, Freddie knew that he had made a mistake. I have to get back to Better Place for a picnic with my sisters, he said, blinking back his tears. They don't even know where I am. But the junk food junkies hooted. Go back where you came from? One of them shouted. You never will. Yesterday, said another, a kid named Derek ran away, and when we find him, pow. But right now, I dare you to ride Derek's bike down the Bugaboo Hill.
Back at Beta Place, Katie Carrot, Sue, Leslie Lettuce, and Nan were looking everywhere for Freddie. He wasn't on Veg Avenue, Fruity Loop, Milkway Lane, Meat Street, or Grain Lane. Their hearts were broken. Without their brother Freddie, nothing would be the same.
Then they remembered Treat Street. Surely Freddie would be there, trying to find something sweet to eat. But no one on Treat Street had seen Freddie. Sue and Nan began to cry. Freddie was lost. How could they ever go home without their precious brother?
Meanwhile, Freddie's head throbbed and his knees ached from the spill he had taken going down Bugaboo Hill. The junk food junkies dragged him back to their clubhouse and dropped him in a chair, where he curled up and fell asleep. He dreamed he was back at Better Place with Sue and Nan.
When he woke up, Freddie saw that no one was watching him, so he crept around behind the clubhouse, then ran down toward the train tracks. On his way through the deep, dark junk food junction forest, he came upon Derek, alone and crying. "Oh, Freddie, you're here too? Isn't it terrible?" he wailed. "I miss my mama, my clean white shirts, and my favorite friends, and I hate it down here. It's horrible here," echoed Freddie.
Suddenly, Flossie appeared before their tear-filled eyes. Both Freddie and Derek hung their heads in shame. "Flossie," said Freddie, "we're so sorry we ran away. We miss our mama and daddy, but the kids here say we can't go home." Flossie smiled. "Of course you can go home, and when you get there, your parents will give you a big hug, because forgiveness is free. It doesn't cost a dime, and you can have it any time, as long as you ask from your heart." Just then the train appeared, the Beta Place special, and slowed to a stop. The two boys jumped on, clickety-clack, and they went back. They had escaped the junk food junkie attack.
Freddie and Derek stepped off the train and into the warm sunshine of Beta Place. Freddie thought he could hear the wind whispering his favorite song. Then his sisters ran up, and his heart filled with happiness at seeing the people he loved best in the world. Even the vegetable people were beautiful. When he looked into Colonel Corn Cob's eyes, he thought he glimpsed a heart of gold.
Now Derek and Freddie joined Sue and Nan in their special new happiness, the happiness of discovering new friends in new places. But it was late in the day that they climbed back up onto their cloud to go home. Just as they were leaving, a junk food junkie came running up and tried to jump on, but he fell right through. He got up and ran off again. As the cloud carried Freddie, Sue, Ann, and Derek away, the fruit and vegetable friends waved and called out from below, "Come back and see us. We love you."
Back home that night at supper, Dad was surprised. "Freddie, you're eating your vegetables." Freddie squirmed in his chair, remembering how well the fruit and vegetable people had treated him and his sisters. "Well," he said, "these green beans aren't so bad." Dad beamed with pride. "You are all growing up so fast." Just then Flossie fluttered by the window. Sue, Nan, and Freddie all saw her there. But when Dad turned to see what they were smiling at, all he saw was gold and silver glitter, gently settling to earth.